this is Skullgirdle, and welcome to Goth Adjacent Mukbang! Yum, 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 yum. So we're having a Texas feast, y'all. It is barbecue. Can you see this meat? It is greasy as fuck, as it should be. We have fried okra, which you probably can't see. Oh, let's hope I can't spill it because they'll kill me.
Yeah,
still kind of hot. Fried okra, and we have something specific. I don't know if it's Denton or Dallas. These are corn nuggets, man. This is like fucking cream corn, frozen, and then battered and deep fried. Oh, so good. And then Angela made homemade biscuits. You can probably see that.
Buttermilk.
Biscuits! And then we have the required condiments of onions and I think are they actually dill? They're sour as fuck.
They're
whatever.
Just really good.
Pickle chips.
They're good.
With sweet tea. We're going to talk about what it's like for these guys to be goth adjacent because, as Nico has stated herself, she was raised by goths. She hung out with the goths in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And Angela has me, I guess.
I had a few goth friends in high school, but I didn't know that's what it was at the time. I just knew they wore a lot of black and listened to bands I liked. And they smoked a lot of clove cigarettes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds so 90s.
Baggy,
Yeah. That would be that time period.
I've tried cloves. I do not like them. I tried them 3 times to make sure, though. I used to smoke Sobranes, which were those ones with the gold filter, the black cigarette with the gold filters. Or I smoked Dunhills. I smoked Faith. We had a smoke shop. We so fancy ass cigarettes. So Nico told me today that a mukbang, you're supposed to try to eat everything on the table. We have 0 chance of that, so we're just going to eat like pigs. We'll just talk about what it's like hanging out with a goth or goths or several or going to goth clubs and stuff while you're not goth and don't want to be goth. Anyway, so Nico, tell us about your high school goth experience.
I mean, the people I hung out with, we were part of the band, part of the theater, part of the choir. It was just like we weren't a single group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And the goths ended up being like, I don't know, 40% of our total. My favorite family lived down the street from me, and they were a family of magicians. And we go to their house, and they have to do the whole thing. It was a murder mystery night for us, and
wow.
they had all kinds of, this is where you get in, you can solve Lady in half, and here's this closet, don't open that. It's like, oh, what's in the closet? Never got to find out.
Nobody opened it?
No, I was told not to. I was a good girl. They let me in their house
right.
of magic. You don't touch it.
No, Nico would be respectful and not actually open the door. I probably also would not actually open the door. We'd never know.
Yeah.
I would open the door.
Their son would wear, black combat boots that were like halfway to the knee, or more than halfway up to the knee.
Oh, Dr.
Long
Martens.
black trench coats, black, blue jeans, black shirts. Just this fantastic silhouette with natural red hair. And
He's
just pale
Is he your
skin.
first crush?
I have always loved redheads.
She's got a redhead thing.
I
so.
do, I really do. Love redheads. Can't stand it. I want to be one, but I can't pull it off. This is as close as I can get. But he trained the ducks in the nearby pond to follow him, and so he was going to try to put them in the school pool. So he got them to follow him all the way from the pond up to where the pool was, but he couldn't get them inside the building. So he got all the preamble, all the hard part. A lock stopped him.
Oh, man.
I was like, that would have been amazing. Because I would be in the lunchroom, and Joe would just be like, a dove. I was like, holy shit, where'd a dove come from? I was like, holy shit, Joe, you're amazing. First we hung out all the time at the IHOP, and we'd just be religion and philosophy.
The IHOP.
It was,
talking about religion and philosophy.
They were my favorite nights.
That's like the goth hobby.
Yeah, but I mean, I was stupid. I regurgitated things that I was told by my parents in churches and stuff like that, and never gave it any thought to myself.
Of course.
And so they were talking, about this stuff, and I was like, well, if we evolved from monkeys, then why do we still have monkeys? And in the, I know. Like I said, I was an idiot. I hadn't learned to think for myself yet.
We all were at that age.
Yeah, but in the kindest, most non-judgmental way, they were just like, all right, well, what's your understanding, basis for the evolutionary process? And I was like, what? Like, okay, well, let me kind of explain to you how it starts, so you can kind of understand that it's not, a linear path, that it's a tree that has branches, and so we're not saying they're descended from monkeys, they're saying there's a common ancestor for both branches. And I'm just like, oh my god, my brain works in a fashion I have not really very used to. Holy shit, this is what free thought is like. And so they just challenged my way of thinking to the point where I could start kind of having individual ideas because I could kind of take what they were saying and like, all right, but and if I apply that knowledge to what I already think I believe, how does that work? And it was just very engaging. IHOP eventually kicked us out because we didn't buy enough coffee, so we had to go.
And they're like, you're taking a table, you have to leave.
Back then, you could smoke in the IHOP.
Right.
So they were back there with their clove cigarettes, smoking in the back, drinking coffee, having a wonderful time. And they were just like, no, you guys have got to go. You're not allowed to stay here anymore. The Waffle House down the street, however, was like, come on in. We've got a jukebox.
Waffle House is a chain of Greasy Spoon. If you've never been to a Waffle House, they use like 2 tablespoons of oil per waffle.
That was the least impressive thing on their menu. I went for the chocolate milk. But I can't tell you how many times they played Hotel California on the goddamn jukebox.
Oh my God,
single time.
every Waffle House does that.
Every single time.
It's like the most, and you were like, maybe I am in the Hotel California. This could be heaven or this could be hell.
Yeah. Mom was like, oh, don't hang out with that crowd. That's the bad crowd. And I'm like, Mom, all the kids...
This dude is so evil, he trained some ducks.
I know. It's like, all the people that you like, why can't you hang out with them? I'm like, well, they do meth on weekends and have parties when their parents aren't around that are just boost sensations. I'm like, the people you're looking at in their preppy clothes and their beautiful makeup, personas are the worst people you would ever want me to hang out with. Whereas this group of people over here that bring their guitars on their backs and will go underneath the walkways, underneath the roads in McKinney and just, have jam sessions and talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's the healthy people I'm hanging out with because all we want to do is actually, enjoy conversation and being part of a community.
But they were breaking your indoctrination.
They were.
Well, and they were wearing black clothes, and we know that's all evil.
Oh yeah. And by then, most of the music that I listened to was Linkin Park and stuff like that, which I think is more of the emo spectrum than anything else. But
I don't know. I don't listen to emo or Linkin Park.
I didn't think I did listen to emo, but half the bands I listened to in the '90s are apparently emo bands.
Well, it turns out that a bunch of stuff I listened to in the '80s turned out to be goth later. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say, you put Black Parade on, and I'm a happy girl. So maybe I did listen
is
to
that
it.
Linkin Park?
No, I think that's My Chemical Romance. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I remember them.
Yeah. Worst thing that ever happened was after Columbine, they persecuted the Goths like you would not believe. It
course
was
they did.
I've heard
horrific.
stories.
You could not wear all black. And so we would regularly go to the principal and be like, she's wearing a black dress, that's all black. And so they realized that they had kind of written their policies into a corner, so then you couldn't wear an all-black dress. You had to make sure you had a scarf or something on it to break up the color, because it would be, they would actually get into trouble with discrimination if they didn't make it unilaterally.
You just wear the darkest burgundy you can find.
You weren't allowed to wear trench coats. You weren't allowed to wear, you weren't allowed to have your hair unnatural colors, which is when, as my protest, I went white. Because I'm that person. It's like,
I've seen those photos.
It's like, you're not even targeting me, but fuck you. So I'm not okay with them doing that kind of bullshit. I mean, just every policy that they made was pretty much trying to wipe out any form of individual expression.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that looked like the boys from Columbine.
And I'm just like, if you take away their form of expression, what do you think happens? Mm-hmm. It's like, they've got to have an outlet somewhere. You don't want them to come in and shoot the place up, so let them have their orange hair. Let them have their way of saying, this is who I am.
That's not how admins think, and that's not how people who are afraid think.
Yeah.
And I have heard, okay, I don't know what I was thinking. I can't get any damn onions here. Thank you.
Would you like help? I'm very
I'll just
onion
have these for
adjacent.
later.
Okay.
Nobody else is going to eat the onions anyway.
Does anyone...
Yeah, I've heard that similar stories from the 90s, over and over and over again. I don't know how it was in other countries, but I know that people were beat up a lot, separated out a lot. I mean, it was nuts. Of course, we all know Marilyn Manson took a shitload of crap for that, but I think that in some ways that the society has not recovered, but we also have a very capitalist automaton.
Oligarchy.
Yeah. That.
No.
You had to drive 60 miles to get to a fucking Torrid. And that's when Torrid was good and had goth clothes. They had so much stuff in there I had to make a decision because they had so many things in there that fit me.
Fucking fantastic shoes that are wide enough in the calf to actually go up.
Right. Now when I go to Torrid, people are like, there's cute things in there. I'm like, where? It's all brown and denim. I hate brown so much. Brown is for wood, people, and dirt. Angela's known me for almost 20 years. Oh, we're so old! It's like 17 years. We've been hanging out for 17 years.
Holy shit.
And she was just like, oh my God, it's almost exactly 17 years. Because it was July 1st, that first class that we...
I didn't show up until September 5th.
Almost 17 years. Meat break.
Yay.
Anyway, so Angela's known me for when I was hardcore pagan. So I was in a much different place.
Yeah.
We didn't do goth stuff together for a long time. Long time.
Well, when you came back to it and found it and remembered how happy it could be, well, I'm just along for the ride. Happy people make me happy.
Yeah. I was never really not goth.
Right.
I was having suppression issues.
You know, I always noticed that you appreciate a dark sense of humor. Thank goodness. And appreciated my own morbidity and what I have always considered a fairly blasé attitude about death in general.
Part of life.
Yeah. Like when my grandfather died, I posted on Facebook that he had died. I didn't say he passed or he's moved on or any of those colorful, polite euphemisms our society uses because we've been so far removed from death that, you know, we can no longer emotionally cope with it. I just read Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. I'm probably butchering that name, but Being Mortal is the title of the book. It's fantastic. And, you know, you always have your black decorations and appreciation of skulls and stuff. And so, you've said several times on YouTube videos that you had a friend who laughed in your face about, when you were like, I think I might be goth. And I was like, does that need to be subtitled, duh? I just...
Well, in the 80s, I have my past with the elitists who were such shits to me.
Right.
And then just thinking I wasn't allowed, but now I think about it, I was like, Jesus Christ, I've always been goth. I've just been suppressing it.
Well, plus...
I haven't always been goth. I mean, I didn't discover the music till I was like 17 for real.
Lots of times, our close friends will see things about us that are super obvious that we will realize only in great epiphany. And they're like, uh-huh. And you're like, damn it.
Yeah, I think Nico was the same. She's like, okay, yeah. So have you enjoyed going to all this weird, different stuff?
I hate going out. I don't hate being out. I hate going out.
Oh, getting your ass out of the house?
There's a process that has to happen for me to leave the house. Even if it's only grabbing my keys and my wallet and walking out. I hate doing it. But I have to do it for work every day, so I don't want to do it in the evening for my leisure time. And, my husband always points out, but you always have such a good time when you go.
I know, you do.
I know, I have a fantastic time. I love making memories with people I care about. It's wonderful. I hate leaving the house. But she just buys the tickets, and so I'm like, well, crap, she spent money, we gotta go. So.
Right, we're going to She Wants Revenge in November. I'm looking for other shows.
You gotta pry me out of the house with, some bacon grease and a crowbar, but once I'm out, I have a great time. Oh, thank you.
Well, we go to our local goth night. We don't go every week because, well, both of us have that issue with getting out of the house.
We don't always have the bacon grease.
I love all the pictures you guys send though when you are out.
You can't tell what the fuck's happening. It's so dark in now.
But I love it when Angela's got nothing on but her black lipstick and she's just like, I'm ready. It's like, I've gone like this to my hair and I put black lipstick on. That's what I'm doing tonight.
Right.
And then you look like this and it's just like,
well, any chance I get.
Right.
Any chance, y'all. If I could get up early enough to pull this off, well, I wouldn't because probably they would not take me seriously. And I'd take more shit at work. Whatever. But yeah, we go to industrial night in our area. We're lucky enough. Our town is about 110, 115,000 people.
I think we're past 120 now.
Holy shit. Well, we're not a small town anymore. This place is getting big. Mm-hmm. But we have a goth night. Mm-hmm. And you can't say that for every even big city. So we go every 2 to 3 weeks.
Uh-huh. We average about every 3 weeks, every third Tuesday.
Yeah. I went 2 weeks in a row. I went last week. I went to Industrial Night. Then I went down to Panopticon. And then I went to Industrial Night again. And those first two, I accidentally got drunk because I forgot to eat dinner both nights.
And
I just forgot. I was like, shit, I was going to eat. Do you want to stop? No, I want to get there.
It was so funny, the last drink, when we went to that first goth night, the gin hit her right as we got her home. And she just started talking. It was time to rant. It was fantastic.
I was pretty drunk.
Ranty Michelle is a fun Michelle.
Yeah,
Really?
it's a good place to be. It's very entertaining. Because you're rarely wrong.
I don't need to hear that. My ego's already big. Not really. Right at Panopticon, it's a bigger space, so I have to amplify more. And it's kind of that place where they have these weird, like, kind of couch area. They have like a kind of built-in bench couches, and then along the dance floor they have these built-in couches, and they have a couple of poles. And they have go-go dancers there. We go there. Me and Maddie Bell go there. She's not here. I don't think she's been in a video. And we just want to dance. As we're both in a really weird place right now. We're both just fucked in the head. So it's perfect to go dancing and not think. But their sound system is in a bigger place. So they turn it up much more, and it's much more. Yeah, I think it's much more distorted. And then they're playing all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are they playing? They were having a witch house night. We went on witch house night. So it starts out new wave, and then it's witch house. And I was like, we danced anyway. But people were wearing little witch hats and stuff like that. And I was like, holy shit. Is this like the new goth witchy thing? Because I am not into that.
No.
I like some new goth I don't like. I can't say I don't like new goth. Angela likes pastel goth.
Me too.
Yeah, when we go out to goth stuff, nobody blinks. Well, okay, they stare at me. They stare at me at goth night sometimes. Denton, they don't. In Denton, they don't. The bartenders are super friendly.
But-
the DJs waved at me. Well, when Angela wasn't there, because she gave me hell about starting their music on time.
I swear to God, they started before 10.
They did once. The first night we were there, they started that music at 9:30.
I'm like, I'm not a crazy person about this.
Angela's been a great sport. I just have bought tickets. Because it's not like I wasn't going to go to
It's
Planet of
not
Zymox. Lord of Acid I actually bought for her because she likes Industrial.
You're doing things
Industrial's
that make you...
amazing.
You're doing things that make you happy. I do shit
I
all
know.
the time that makes me happy and fuck what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, but you don't drag me into it. Do you? Yeah, she does. Never mind.
You learned to speak nerd for me.
I really did. I understand things about Star Trek I never thought I'd know.
Yeah.
I don't watch Star Trek. I don't like it.
Don't say it in that tone.
I've tried. I've tried watching all this. Did you flip me off in some Star Trekanese?
No.
But yeah, I'm fluent in nerd, so people often think I'm a nerd. I tell them I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fanatic, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Buffy nerd." I was like, "That's not how nerds work. Nerds took a lot of shit in the 70s and 80s so they could have a culture now. Don't cheapen it by everything that somebody likes a lot. They turn into that kind of
That's
a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
No, nerds fought hard. Nerds got a lot of swirlies and a lot of bullshit and a lot of separation. And now they're making good money and everybody wants to be one. Now goths are cool and everybody wants to think they're one. But yeah, people will question whether or not Angela's goth when we go out. I think mostly because they don't care.
I just like black lipstick because I have a
You
lot of
look
square footage.
So good in the black lipstick
I
too.
have a lot of square footage to cover.
I know.
and
I have
black
to
ones
draw
are
half my
nice,
lips
yeah.
on. So if we're going to go somewhere for dinner before a show, that's when you're going to see the full white face because the white lipstick is easy to keep up with.
Well, you never bring the color with you that you leave the house in.
I know!
I will say,
Unless it's
if you
white.
do black gel eyeliner for lips, that shit doesn't come off.
It doesn't.
That's the best way to get permanent black lips.
It doesn't.
Whether you
Nico,
want them or not.
Nico decided to experiment with just like a little black lipstick before a show or something, right?
It was a duochrome eyeshadow, but it needed a black base to show up with the secondary color. So I was like, all right, I'll put this eyeliner on my lips so I get the black base. So that when I put the powder on top, I'll have nice, iridescent lips in this secondary color.
She looked
Shit didn't
goth.
work.
She looked goth AF all day. It was great.
That was like
I think the two of us were all really dark, and Angela was probably like all fuchsia.
It was all pink.
you had
Yay,
this,
me, pink.
You had the troop standard fuchsia.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, when in doubt,
It's a
with
very
our
important color.
little dance troupe of 3, go with fuchsia.
Oh yeah.
Because we all look good in fuchsia.
Mm-hmm.
And we all maintain fuchsia everything. Well, remember in belly dance, I never thought anything I did in belly dance was very goth, and now I think about it and I'm laughing.
The craft?
Because we're dancing to Graham Revell, The Craft, and of course in all black.
Of course in all black.
Of course in all black. Of course doing something
Pantyhose sleeves.
pantyhose sleeves.
Very first time I ever saw you dance before I was ever your student, it was to that voodoo song with that class. We were all around this cauldron doing all these, and I'm like, I want to learn to dance from her! And then I did!
It's Godsmack voodoo, so it's not goth, but for people who don't know goth music, they would think it was
But
goth.
just the whole atmosphere
Yeah.
of the piece. I mean, what you guys were wearing and everything, yes.
Yeah, we were wearing kind of rags
Came
and
around
being
the corner.
crotchety.
My people.
I was like, dancing can be fun, because my...
But yeah, we also did Voltaire. Music, not goth. Again, we did steampunk to it. We
Yeah.
did kind of a steampunk thing. I've danced to Dead Can Dance. I've danced to Black Taper and a Blue Girl. Oh my god!
Epiphany over barbecue.
Wow!
Oh shit!
Oh.
I have been a goth dancer.
Well, I used to get mad when people would call me gothy, but I thinking about the costumes I wore and stuff. I have a costume. I still have the pieces of it because I just couldn't get rid of it. And it's this red t-shirt that I cut up way off. It's all raggedy. It's pinned together with safety pins and shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
For over 15 years, she has told me her favorite color is black with every color.
Usually, now I just want all black. I'm in a black phase.
She had a hip scarf for, you still have it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
The
Never get rid of
crochet
that.
one, yeah, black with it's every color. She wore the shit out of that thing.
Right, because then you can wear, like, all black underneath it, and people still think it's colorful. But in belly dance, I'm just full of shit. Just that discussion just made me realize I'm full of shit. I was going to say, I don't usually dress very goth at all.
You always had elements. Always.
Well, banana pudding in the South is made with vanilla pudding, and you
Yep.
drop bananas in that baby.
Yep.
And Nilla wafers.
Yep.
And the cheap Nilla wafers, the store brand, are not the same.
No.
When
No.
you're desperate,
No.
you can handle them.
They do not get moist in the same way.
Right.
They,
No.
Right.
Yeah.
They get stale.
Right.
Yeah.
And when people put cake in it, it's just banana cake
What the
with some
crap?
pudding.
That's a trifle.
It might be good. I've had it where it was
That's
very good, but it's
essentially a
not banana
trifle.
pudding.
Right, but if you're putting actual cake pieces in there, then that's straight up a trifle. That's
Yeah.
not even banana pudding anymore.
Right.
Yeah. For friends of goths, if they already like the person, chances are they're going to be willing to invest a little time in learning what the person likes, because that's human society. That's what?
I was just thinking you were doing so well. But you didn't get a part that had butter on it, but sure.
Making a studio. We might all be 90. I finally decided on the floor, so we can move forward.
Oh, what floor are we doing?
We're gonna do a something that looks kind of like patina. So it's a concrete floor, and it's got patchy stuff in there from the foundation work I had done. So I'm gonna do. It's called Western Brown, but it's got like this rusty look, almost like patina. And then I'm gonna get a turquoise and then splotch it in there so it looks like patina.
Brown is for wood, coffee, and people.
This is rusty brown.
I love you.
Yeah, it's called wood. So I'm making my floor look like not really wood. It's gonna look like
It's
rocks.
a good call in the coffee. Also available
Also
in brown.
brown.
Tea, also brown. Biscuits, rather brown. Fucking okra. Brown. That's my case.
It goes waxing philosophically, so she's gonna say it all again, looking at the
Okay.
camera.
Looking at the camera like I'm a professional or something. I think everyone should have a goth friend. I learned so many great things from them, their life experiences, their way of thinking, their deep intellectualism, and just that soulfulness to them. Everyone should have an opportunity to sit down and have a deep discussion with somebody of the Gothic influence. Because they are just, every single one I've met is just such a deep, fantastic person.
Assuming that, they're goth because they listen to the music, not because they really like black lipstick. Because you can have some shallow fuckers who love black lipstick and Evanescence. Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. In the last 90 to 100 years, we've gotten away from people dying in the home and they go to the hospital and they die there.
We go to the hospital for everything nowadays.
And
Nothing is
so,
in the home.
The hospital is trying to keep people alive, and we've fought so hard to keep people alive who really should just be let go that, we're created, doctors have been unfortunately forced into the position of doing medical treatments that are causing more suffering than they're preventing.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have the training on how to process, how to help a family process death.
Mm-hmm.
So that's hospice care needs to get more important and more valued.
It seems like funeral directors being involved might be good too.
Well, but also,
whether or not you want a funeral, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They deal with death and the grieving. Well, this is the first mukbang. We'll probably do more.
Is it really though? Because we've had 2 tea parties.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. I was like, our tea parties are almost
Those
the same.
are different!
And you guys have eaten cake.
Different!
Okra.
So hey, thanks for watching. Until next time. Nico's waxing.
Philosophical.
Shut up!
Philosophical!
Wax off.
What? Nico's whacking. What?
Michelle talking, take 2.